What's up, guys and gals, and welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today in the world of indie games, we're going to be checking out Dream Engines Nomad Cities. We had an opportunity to play a very brief demo of this game like 9 or 10 months ago, but now it's officially out in early access, so you can jump on in. Because we had already covered it previously, I kind of like stalled my coverage while there was other fresher stuff coming out. But, you know, it's a little bit slower this week, so I figure we'll dive back in and see if it's something that you wanted to add to your wish list, otherwise pass on. If after watching this video, you think to yourself like, God, I want that game for myself right now, I have a link for you down below in the description. Aside from that, you'll also find a link to my Twitch stream where I'll probably play this game, and then you'll also find a link over to my Discord. All right, let's go ahead and dive straight on in. If you don't know what this game is, it's kind of a Factorio-like survival city builder. It's got a lot of little influences. As of right now, I can only really play as the Junk Lords because I haven't had time to dump a whole bunch of time into the game just yet. So we'll go next right there. We're going to put it on challenging difficulty because that's the recommended difficulty. And then we've got the tutorial I don't really need, so I think we'll be okay. Yep, we can skip the tutorial. And then what will your town's name be? Ballerville, baby, because we're about to get that gold and stack them funds, stack them 10s, 5s, and 1s, all that stuff. All right, so here we are. We are playing as a little robot in a terrifying, deadly world. With right-click, we can fire off some arrows. Left-click, we can punch stuff. There's a cycle. As it goes up, there's going to be a higher chance that we're going to be attacked by dream monsters, and we have to fend them off. We can only build, well, we can build just about anywhere we want, but anyways, the city can fly. That's the modification that you need to be aware of, is that this city is capable of flight, which means our goal is to be on the map, collect as much stuff as possible, and then once we've collected all of the stuff, once the attacks start getting to the point where we can't, like, resist them anymore, and we're starting to go down, that's when we're going to take off to the skies, find a new map, and go there. And we're going to repeat that cycle as much as possible. These little nodes here can be harvested. What we're looking for at the moment, wood nodes. That's what we need really, really badly for right now. So it doesn't look like there's a wood node over here. Normally at the beginning of the game, there is a wood node around here somewhere. And I'm doing my best to find it, but unfortunately, wood node. There it is. We found our Bloodwood node. Very nice. So we're going to strategically just sort of take this over and use it to grow our city. So there it is. Let's clear out all the little bad guys that are around. We can break all these little stumps and whatnot over here to get some refined materials, just in case you're trying to grab something real quick before you move along. We're not. We're actually planning on setting up shop over here, so like I'm not really planning that hard on moving around. But we'll put a Bloodwood Gatherer over here. So there you go. It's got inputs. It's got outputs. We're not going to set that up just yet. Instead, we're going to set up some of the basics. So over on this side, we can get houses. And I think houses are a very, very good idea right now. You can rotate your houses with the brackets. I'm going to go ahead and we're just going to build like, oh, I don't know. Maybe we'll make like... That seems okay to me for right now. And then everything in this game is done with rails. And so what's coming out over here is I'm actually not going to set up that output just yet. I don't think there's any point. Instead, we're going to have this loop around, and then it's going to go back into there. It's going to feed our output into each of these houses, because as you can see, they're flashing. That means they need something in order. It doesn't mean that they just have, like, a tasteful respect for being nude. It means that there's stuff that they need in order to get by, and that stuff is food. And so as you can see, it's going to start pumping out food and putting them into the houses, and it's going to increase our population. It's going to make it so that we have more workers that can work inside this bad boy over here. Now, this is going to put out Bloodwood logs. What we actually need are Bloodwood planks. And so what we need to do for right now is actually, can I put down a Tesla coil just yet? Put a Tesla coil right there, would you? Tesla coil's out. That's going to increase the range of stuff that we can build. This game is very much kind of sorted into like things that you take with you and things that you do not. And so anyways, anything that's built on the platform is going to come with us when we leave, and anything that is not on the platform is getting left behind. And so a lot of these buildings are going to be kind of temporary. We'll go ahead and feed an input right there. The output is already spitting out logs. Very nice. So now we just need its outputs to come out this way, and then we're going to have it feed into our city. There we go. And so now we are officially collecting Bloodwood planks. So that's going to be really, really helpful along the way. The other thing that we want to look out for is we want to find a stone node that's kind of close. If we can find a stone node, that'll make our lives easier too. We also need to get some flux mines up and running. In the top left-hand corner, you'll see some basic resources that we need to keep track of. We have how many workers we have remaining, how much flux we have. It's going up by 54 right now. Power generation, how much food we have. And in fact, I think setting up food is going to be the next thing that we want to do really, really badly. So instead of doing what I was thinking about doing, we're going to make food instead. Let's get on over here, and we need potato farms. Potato farms, they don't produce much potatoes, I'll be honest with you. Their potato capacity is somewhat lacking. However, oh, I don't have the resources for it. I need more planks. Okay, well, let's go look for stone while we wait for the planks to come on, and you can see they're being offloaded, so our food should last for a little while longer. I'm not that concerned about it. I do have auto-targeting turned on. When I was playing this game, I was finding it really hard to target the enemy that I actually wanted to shoot at, and so just having it hot swap between, like, whatever's closest to my mouse honestly made the game a lot more playable for me. There's our stone mine right there. So we're going to need to get that underway as well. We can also get some turrets set up if we want to for when the first big wave comes. I don't think we have to worry about it for a little while. I don't remember exactly when the first wave comes out, but it shouldn't be for a minute. Let's continue killing, slashing, destroying. I'm going to throw all this stuff inside of our base over here just to make sure that we have it. So there we go. It's all been thrown inside the base. We have enough stuff for our next potato farm. So there we go, another potato farm, and we need that to go into a food plant. The food plant we already have the stuff for, so that's great. I'll probably put the food plant right there, and then let's get these rails a-running. So there's our rails right there. We want that to offload into there. We want that to go out right there, go out right there, go out right there. And so this, we'll see if there's a backup right here, and we'll make it a little bit more efficient if there is a backup. There we go. Now it's feeding them in. All right, so then over here, I'm just going to spaghetti base this thing and not worry about it for right now. As you can see, our food is going out, and now we're generating 10 food. So we don't need to worry about things on that front anymore. We've got 12 workers left. I'm going to suggest that we start gathering featherstone over here because that will make things easier. So there's a featherstone generator. That is going to affect our... It's going to affect our power usage. Spoiler alert. Not going to be a lot of ways around that. We'll put another Tesla coil right over there. I love the way that the Tesla coils connect to the rest of the base. Like, you've got like this little arc of lightning that goes out. Looks really, really cool. All right, so the stone worker. We want a stone worker like right there, and like right there. And then we need to get the rails out and running. So we'll have that come pretty much down to here. We'll have that be the end of the line, the terminus, as it were. That was not what I wanted, but it's okay. I'm going to fix it in just a second. And we're going to bring this down and just have it deposit our stone right there. So now we're generating stone. Now, our principal problem at the moment is that we don't have enough electricity. We've got to make an important decision as to whether or not we want our power generators to be on the platform or off the platform. I'm going to say for now, on the platform? Yeah, and then we'll have one temporary one off the platform. Just so that when we go to our new location, we're not completely and totally stopgapped by what we've got going on. I can fit another house down here for a little bit more population because we are looking a little bit skimp. Oh, I need more logs. Okay, we'll keep those coming on in. I actually think that I could probably make this... Yeah, we could get another wood warper. We have the outputs. So there you go. Let's keep it going. It can spit out as necessary. Unfortunately, it's incrementing too fast on this thing over here, but I feel like it's okay. It wants me to do a research lab for right now, and I think with the research lab, we've got a flux vat right there. Our flux seems to be somewhat okay, but we need workers for the flux vat, so I think we're going to have to wait until we have more houses. So I'm going to put a house in right there, and we will have it offload food into here as necessary. That should increase our population ever so barely slightly. And actually, we're putting out a decent amount of food right now. I may bulldoze this house and make like another thoroughfare over here. Like, I'd prefer that it not split, but sometimes it do what it does. and it can make for stressful times. We do have a few more people moving on, and you can see them filtering around the city. The research lab is going to take us 8 people in order to function, so yeah, we are going to need more food output. So, if we can just get more logs, or we can get more planks, I think we'll be alright. I don't know when our first attack's going to be coming on in, but it does look like planks are moving for right now. I could technically go out and scout and see if I can just pick some up by hand. There are little refuse piles all over the place that maybe we can make use of, since everything else seems to be somewhat alright right now. We can generate raw flux, which is the top resource right there, and used for pretty much everything for building. Yeah, just grab me a few more planks while I'm out here. I'm going to be as proactive as possible about grabbing the things that I need so that we can expand our housing market a little bit. Alright, come on. Die for me, would you? We've got a threat incoming, so our threat is up to level 1 right now. That's okay. I can deal with that. It's no biggie. It's not that huge of like a panic, run around like our head's on fire type situation. Wave 1 is kind of a gimme, so I wouldn't panic about it too much. Alright, let's head down this way, kill off a few more of you guys. We've got more featherstone down here. There's some wood right there. Didn't give me anything, though, when I schmacked it. I tried to give it the old schmackies, the old schmackle, and unfortunately, the schmackle was ineffective. Ooh, that's a big buggy right there. That's a buggy on a mission. That's a buggy that's been eating his cheeseburgers. Okay, well, the buggy's down. Do I have healing kits on me right now? I do not have healing kits on me. So there is like a slight chance I might be overwhelmed and die horrifically. But I can go grab some repair kits out of the town, basically. I don't really need the featherstone. We're already producing that at a pretty good rate. I need wood, though. So if there's like another wood node over here, I'd be okay with that. If nothing else, we can pick up some of the scrap and the other little doodads around here. Little doodads and goo-gaws, or whatever you want to call them. We'll move up this way and smack these up a little bit. Doesn't look like anything I'm too furiously enthusiastic about. And there's another stone node up here. Also, there's an alien that does something. There's like a little trypophobia beast over there, and I don't know if I want to play around with what he actually do. By this point, we should have stacked up a little bit of wood, I think. So I'm going to head back over this way, and we'll just see what's up. We are going to need more food if we want to make this all function. That kind of sucks because... well, no, never mind. It looks like there was just a brief stopgap in our production. How are we doing on everything that we have over here? Let's take a look. So I'm going to throw all you guys in there. Looks like we got 78 planks. That should be good enough. I think what I'd like to do is we'll get a separate output. Let me do the houses first. And we'll put in a couple of houses over here. So there's our houses. And then we're going to have a separate output that comes up right here because I've just got a bad feeling. And like this railway right here isn't really being utilized altogether that much. And we'll see how this affects our food usage. It may be bad, it may be fine. Food usage definitely taking a little bit of a scuffing right now, but our city is growing, and honestly, we need a lot more workers if we want to make this all function, and so maybe it'll be okay. At the beginning, there's going to be a big flux of food, but as it starts to recycle back into this main thoroughfare, it should even out, I think. Yeah. So now we're back up to 8 workers. That means feasibly we could come up with like a flux vat and do a research lab. We need 8 guys for the research lab. It's going to cost us a fortune in electricity. But I think I can kind of live with it. Like, I don't know. I'm going to go ahead and do it. And then we need a pit. There's going to be a tar extractor is the other thing that we need. And if we can get this tar extractor all nice and knocked out... Am I at max cap right now for population? No, we can still get 15 more people. Okay. So that'll be fine. The downside to doing this right here is that it's like daisy chaining our food outputs. So... we may want to divert this elsewhere. I mean, honestly, we're not putting out enough potatoes anyways for this whole thing to really matter. Yeah. It's not too bad just yet, but it will be. It will be. All right, so we've got enough for our tar vat right here. We'll get the tar vat going. The tar vat's going to spit tar into this research thing, and I don't think the research thing actually has an output. We just want to pick stuff here, so we've got a workshop. What's the workshop going to do for me? Assembles bits and pieces into more useful bits and pieces. DREP processing, the basis of all dream tech. This substance is extracted from the dream realm and can warp reality to make unphysical things happen. Okay, we've got the crystal miner as well. Let's just go for starwood at the moment. Yeah, we can combine the logs with other stuff with tar, and it'll give us upgraded wood. So we'll just start from the top, and then we'll kind of like queue this stuff up. I don't know if you can queue it. Anyways, let's go for the starwood for right now. So as you can see, it's going to move tar over to here. As the tar goes in, it's going to get processed by the research vat, and we're going to upgrade our technologies. Very, very nice. Yeah, we're going to need some more potatoes out here, I think. I think that's very, very likely. So I'm going to increase my production over here. And I have 5 workers right now. Give me another old potato farm. And I'll probably make a second one right there, too. We'll have that output to there. And we are kind of coalescing a lot of problems onto this corner. But whatever type of production I can do for right now, I think I'm okay with. Like, I want that factory to be spitting out food at maximum rate. And right now, it is absolutely not spitting out at maximum rate. All right, so Starwood is done. We can get Starwood repair kits. Let's just go for the workshop for right now. I'd like to finish as many researches as I possibly can before we start panicking about what's happening here. I'm going to go ahead and throw that on right there, too. It should be working. Like, I don't know if you like the way that it's working. Oh, good. We've got a raid coming on in. All right. What's it going to cost me to get some defenses up? Got some turrets right there. Yeah, put in a turret or two. I can always bulldoze them a little bit later if I end up not needing them. I know we have high power usage. I'm working on it for right now. I'm going to make it happen. But, you know, sometimes things are not the way we want them to be. Power generators pretty much just needs Flux and humans. And lucky for us, we have both of those. So I'm going to throw that in right there so we're max powered before the raid starts to come in. Okay, everything appears to be good for right now. Things appear to be moving at... We have all positives. So I'm gonna see that as, you know, an absolute win. Here comes the DREP attack. We're under attack for the first time. Hopefully they come down this lane, dude. If they don't come down this lane, it is going to absolutely just be bad. Of all the things that are bad, that will be the worst kind of bad. Okay, here they come. Let's get some ballistas out. These big dreps, they've just got to go. But as long as my defenses are soaking the damage, that means that I am not soaking the damage, and that means that my city is not soaking the damage. And that's a perfectly respectable, I guess, outcome from this whole thing. We can build a workshop that allows us to upgrade our infrastructure. Very nice. So what is the... So we've got survival, so we get more health, we get some offense. So basically that's going to allow me to work on my mech and make it more badass. Roger that. Until we don't have, like, pre-existing problems, though, I'm going to kind of... With research, can I do anything good over here? Let's just hit everything on the tier 1. I don't know what all of it does, but I'm going to go for it. Looks like maybe... Oh, nope, they're not coming down this way. Those big ones right there are the real problem. That's okay. You can attack my buildings. These are the buildings that are meant to be attacked. All right, so you guys go away for right now because I don't want you guys utilizing my power. I don't need you, and fact of the matter is I'm probably going to get attacked from a different location anyways, which very much means... Oh, are we running out of wood over here? Are we? I believe that we are running out of wood. Yeah, so we're out of wood. It's going to be spitting out a lot slower. The good news there is that I can bulldoze some of this. and that will probably clean up, you know, some of my power usage and some of my civilians. The bad news there is I need to find another Bloodwood grove. Otherwise, this is going to become a headache pretty rapidly. So let's see if we can find something else to exploit down in this little dreamy area. You guys die, please. Yes, there are a great many of you, and you are fantastic and terrifying bug warriors. I respect your skill and the atmosphere with which you attack me. However, ooh, new research. We'll get the crystal miner next. Okay. Kill you guys off real fast. We have no raids coming. I actually just kind of wanted to attack these little nodes right here. Like, I would like to transport as much of this back to base as possible, but it's so far out that I just don't feel like it's feasible. Like, I feel like the infrastructure that I'm going to have to build to make this work is, like, huge. There we go. I'm just going to punch you in the face until you go away, okay? That's how I solve all my dreamlike problems, is through violence, punching, biting, and screaming. There we go. I like to call it the Scotland strategy, all right? Just lots of headbutting, lots of biting, and lots of yelling. You go over here, all right? And then on this side... There is more for me to pick off over here. I mean, it can be done. Crystal miner's almost done. I don't love all this hand harvesting that I'm doing, but I don't see too many other ways to get it done. I mean, I could have this go up and over here, but like the amount of Tesla coils I'm going to have to run down here in order to get this whole thing to function on a circuit is just going to be really, really difficult. And I'm trying not to spaghettify the entire base right now. Food looks good. Power looks good. Workers look good. Flux could probably be a little bit better. But I'm going to see if I can pull it off. There's 35 of those. Yep, just stack up a few more. I think we've got the ability to do some more things. Let's go with Drep Procurement. Is that what is that right there? What does that do? Ah, so this is going to allow me to make, out of the dream fragments that I'm getting from all these little critters that I'm killing, it's going to allow me to manufacture more planks, which honestly, at the point that we're at right now, I feel like is probably going to be advantageous. We've got 13 workers left. That thing's still pulling that out right there. Let's just keep that going for the moment. I'd like to get some more basics of our infrastructure done, like a Tesla coil on every corner, so that when we go to the next map, we can build outwards faster. That looks great. I'm happy with the way that it's looking. Is there anything that I'm missing for right now? Flux vats. Yeah, let's get some flux vats running. I don't know if I want them off the city or on the city, though. Either way, that has boosted up our flux production pretty aggressively, and so I'm going to leave them off for right now, and then later on we'll put them on. As long as your steady stays put, the Drep raids are going to get more and more aggressive. You can see your current threat level. When you feel they're getting too tough, fly away and find a calmer place to land. Click the launch button. Yep, okay. Sounds good. I'm going to keep farming resources for right now so that the rebuild is not quite as awful the next time around, but I think we're going to take off pretty soon. We got 91 right there. We've got a lot of that. Yeah, I think it's like manageable that we could get back up and running pretty soon. For upgrades, how hard are those to do, out of curiosity? So with the upgrade for the house, it's going to take, oh, it takes star wood. Gotcha. And for the star wood, I need to have planks, but I also need to have, do I have that thing? The thing that makes star wood? Workshop, woodwarper. I bet the woodwarper does it. Let's test it. I can always break this if I need to. I think I needed logs to come through, though. Yeah, I think I needed logs. Starwood might be for the next map. We might have to wait on that one. I'm going to let my flux build up a little bit higher, though. And we have so many workers that actually I'll probably put in a few more flux vats, too. Just to sort of, like, beef up There we go. We're going to take off when this next raid comes through, but I'd like to produce a lot of flux before we go because every single building that we're going to build on the new map is going to require flux. And I'm just going to let it run till the next raid comes. Okay, well, the next raid is on its way, so let's take off. There is a run-up to takeoff, so keep that in mind. I do have an infrastructure upgrade that I'm able to do, so I'm going to do that, and it's going to give me a point. I can get health. I can get better at refining and gathering. I can get better at administration. Let's go with... I'm going to raise up my offense a little bit. That's what I think I'm going to do from the parts that I've found thus far. Everything in this game is freely movable. That's a great quality of life addition, in my opinion. You can basically press the M key, and you can move anything around that you want to move around. So, like, when we get to the next map, if you don't like your spaghetti base, you can come up with a better circuit later on by moving all the buildings and then moving all the rails around. Very, very easy and fast to do. Takeoff time, baby. Let's get on out of here. Eat my dust, drip. Yeah. Bye-bye. You thought you were going to kill me. You thought. You thought. Up, up, and away into the sky. Your city's flying for the first time. In this screen, you can select where you want to land next. All right. Well, looking at what we've got right now, I would like a location that's got lots of Bloodwood. There is apparently faster power generation over here, but our featherstone production is bad. But the featherstone was not that terrible. Like, I have loads and loads of featherstone, so I don't really care about that. It's the wood that I'm eating through at just an absolutely heartbreaking rate. So we'll go to the next map and we'll see what happens here. All right, landing sequence enabled. Now, the downside, what we're going to run into here is that, unfortunately, we have no food production, so our food is going to catastrophically drop here. The good news is this time we are better set up to get this done, and this map looks a little bit better. So, I'm going to get some Tates going over here. Yep, just give me a whole bunch of Tates. All the Tates in the world, dude. I need this whole situation to be agitated. We're going to go up like so, and this is going to kind of combine. This might be a little messy. I'm not going to, like, weep about it, but, like, it may not work the way I want it to. There we go. So that goes in right there. I would like to rearrange all these houses, too, and get them set up a little bit better. But let's look into the possibility of finding some starwood first. It looks like we landed right on top of one over here, which is just great. I definitely appreciate that. Oh, my God. Okay, there's a lot of bad guys over here. They seem to be quite agitated with me. I may have overpromised and underdelivered and over-agitated my foes. I can only assume... Oh, that one's going down there to attack my building. Please don't attack my building. That's my favorite building right there. If you attack my building, I'm going to have to charge you about $3.50. Alright, so we'll go back over to this side, and we'll get the Bloodwood node going. With the Bloodwood node, we need some flux for that. It's going to output. I would like to get some Starwood going with some of the excess. So I would consider... maybe doing a tar thing. Yeah, give me the tar extractor over here. And then we'll put in, like, I don't know. Like, just like a couple of these, right? Just like one or two to make our planks. I'm going to have to figure out how this all flows. I do wish there was a pause mode for building. Alas, there is not. So unfortunately, you're going to be depending on me to be both efficient and fast with all of this, which I don't think is going to happen at all. We'll put you right there for right now, and then here's how this is going to work. I need you to come down this way. I need you to come over to here. This is going to be a little long-winded. I need you to connect right there. I need you to go into there. This place is going to change its output to Starwood. Oh no, it's got to be a level 2 wood warper. Okay, make it a level 2 wood warper. And then we need Starwood over there. Perfect. All right, and so now that the Starwood is in, we can put that in right there, put that in right there, put that in right there, put that in right there. And our first production is now ready to rock. The only thing we need is for an output, and we'll just have that daisy chain right there. Doesn't really matter none to me. And then we should be producing Starwood from here on out, which is like, yay, that's like good. We want that. The other thing that I would do is maybe with the excess research, maybe plop that right there. And have the excess grease go inside of the researcher. That way we can expand our city and make it larger. I think that would be super advantageous. I don't like that these logs are going into my city, so like, hold on a second. This is not working the way that I had intended for it to work. I need outputs, and these outputs are gonna go over to here. There we go. And then your output is going to go over to there. Perfect. All right, so now we're functioning at more than like a cursory level. Perfect. And our free expansion is being worked on. That should make our city bigger. But yeah, this is Dream Engines. I hope you guys liked it. This game's got a lot of promise to it. The combat can feel a little bit lightweight. I'd like to see some better hit feedback for when your character gets hit, like clanks and clonks. I'd like for the enemies to kind of, you know, when you hit them, get something a little bit more satisfying than just a crossbow whip. But as of right now, with where the game is at in early access, I'm pretty happy with it, so I don't really have a whole lot of complaints to levy. So anyways, my name is Splattercat. I sift through the pile to find what's worthwhile in the world of indie games every single day so you don't have to. Today we had Dream Engines. Tomorrow we will very likely have something else. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll get back with you then. Bye-bye, everybody.